In a world where gates and dungeons mysteriously appeared, bringing forth monsters that wreaked havoc, we meet our protagonist, Yu Il-shin, in a quaint cafe. He sat at a small table, staring blankly at his laptop, struggling to start a new story. His frustration grew as the words refused to come. Deciding he needed a distraction, he pulled out his phone and began organizing his apps. As he scrolled through his phone, something caught his eye. A mysterious app had downloaded itself without his knowledge. Puzzled, he wondered how and why this app had appeared. Intrigued, he opened it. The screen displayed a treasure chest with teeth and a long, lolling tongue. The intro screen read, "Welcome to Godmaker," with an angel wing and a devil wing flanking the login screen. Curiosity piqued, Il-shin noticed a small black ant on the screen, looking sad and on the verge of death. On a whim, he tapped the ant, which immediately died, a halo of smoke appearing above it, and its eyes crossed out. Suddenly, a coin marked with the number 1 emerged from the phone and flew straight at him, hitting him squarely on the forehead before landing on his desk. The screen then displayed a message. A god coin of darkness has been dropped as the reward. Startled by this unexpected turn of events, Yu Il-shin frantically examined the coin to determine if it was real or if his phone was playing tricks on him. Memories of how modern psychological advances had helped him manage his life surfaced. He reflected that 2 decades earlier, he might have been forced to consult a shady professional to understand such phenomena. With newfound determination, Il-shin decided to get tested for hunter powers. At the testing center, a lady congratulated him, stating that he had a power rated by the system. He was taken aback, his mind racing with fantasies of becoming a Superman surrounded by adoring women. Even being a D-rank or E-rank hunter would allow him to quit his job as a struggling writer. However, his dreams were shattered when the lady announced that he was a G-rank hero, a level equivalent to a regular civilian. His ability, she explained, was merely the production of materials. Crushed by this revelation, he inquired about the cost of registering for a license, only to learn it was 280,000 won, about $200. Realizing he couldn't afford such an expense for a license that wouldn't even grant him access to dungeons for potential profit, he declined and left, feeling dejected. Determined to meet his writing deadline and avoid a scolding from his manager, Il-shin returned home. Hours passed as he wrote and deleted his manuscript, frustration mounting with each failed attempt. Needing a break, he turned on the TV. The news showed an S-rank hunter who had just closed a disaster-grade dungeon known as the Darkness Dragons Dungeon. Il-shin sighed, a pang of envy hitting him as he switched the channel. An advertisement for skincare products came on, featuring Seon Mina, an S-rank hunter who claimed she always used the product before entering dungeons. It seemed that S-rank hunters were treated like celebrities and athletes in this world. Annoyed by their perceived arrogance, Il-shin turned off the TV, muttering under his breath. Feeling defeated, he slumped back into bed, still dressed in his tracksuit. Just as he was about to drift off to sleep, his phone alarmed loudly. Irritated, he grabbed his phone and started tapping on the ants that appeared on the screen. As he did, piles of gold coins, each marked with the number 1, began to appear. By morning, he noticed the coins had vanished, replaced by coins labeled 100, indicating they had somehow merged into higher denominations overnight. Confounded by this development, he looked at his phone, which now displayed a message indicating he could open the God store. Without overthinking, he pressed yes, and a golden light emanated from his phone. In another part of Korea, a group of executives were ecstatic over the news that a Korean hunter had been granted access to the hunter shop. They discussed the rarity of such an ability, noting that only a few hunters with creative specializations could awaken it. They were thrilled about the possibilities this could unlock, allowing anyone to purchase items and skills directly from the hunter shop. In the midst of their excitement, 2 S-rank hunters, Kang Woo and Seong Mina, entered the room with serious expressions. The president of the organization wore a look of deep concentration, fully aware of the significant impact this development could have on their world. Executives gave pause before prompting Kang Woo to open the hunter shop. His eyes glowed yellow and a powerful light emanated from him, causing the papers in the room to blow around wildly. The executives, startled, were quickly checked upon by their private attendants. However, the room remained unchanged. Puzzled, the executives wondered where the hunter shop was. A man with round glasses explained that the hunter shop was only visible to the person who activated it, which was why they had brought in Seon Mina. Her psychomancy ability would allow her to project the shopholder's vision for everyone to see. Amazed, the executives watched as a screen appeared, displaying powerful items. An A-class high potion for 7,000 G, an S-class holy sword Excalibur for 2 million G, and a double S-class blessing of the Thunder God for 300 million G. The reflection of the menu shone on the bald man's head, making it look like a shiny egg. The executives were delighted, seeing that these items of mythical rarity were now freely purchasable. One executive, who looked like he played with Play-Doh, calculated that 300 million gold converted to 30 trillion won, approximately 21 billion US dollars, or 10% of the United States annual defense budget, a price worthwhile for the power it offered. The president shouted, calling everyone back to attention. He reminded the executives to remain quiet until the project was fully realized, assigning at least 2 S-class heroes to guard the hunter shop owner, Kang Woo. Meanwhile, Yu Il-shin, now with access to his own god shop, decided what to buy. He noticed that he couldn't afford the top-listed items by a significant margin. The words on the screen were encrypted, with only icons and prices available. He stared at his meager balance of 372 gold, the result of tapping ants all night. Suddenly, the shop scrolled all the way down, stopping at an item priced at 100 gold. Without thinking too hard, he pressed buy, and gained the unique authority of the blind god. His eyes instantly became like those of a dead fish, and he was plunged into darkness. Collapsing on his bed, he dropped his phone and grasped around blindly. Panic set in as he realized he had lost his vision. Desperately trying to find his phone to call emergency services, he stubbed his toe on a chair and collapsed in pain. Blinking, he suddenly regained his sight and breathed a sigh of relief. He now noticed he could read the writing in the god shop, seeing the overpowered and grandiose names of the items. For $1 quadrillion, he could buy the exclusive authority of the god of transcendence, the creator of heaven and earth. Recalling what he had learned, that those born G-class would remain G-class while those in S-class would remain S-class, he wondered what else he could buy. For 100 G, he saw the crushing index finger of the god. Ignoring Thomas Jefferson's advice against buying something simply because it was cheap, he decided to buy it anyway. Another coin disappeared and he held up his finger, which now glowed with a mysterious light. Staring at it, he iterated the name of the power, which turned on the air conditioning unit behind him. He spammed the name, causing the AC to switch on and off repeatedly. He figured that this ability must be some sort of remote control. Like and subscribe for more Manhwa recaps.